got the questions and I've got the answers. Welcome to Ask Nekei Radio, where we chat about business, money, and motivations while learning the story behind the story. Today we have a special guest, Danny Parrott of Parrott Beverages and Movers Elixirs, and he's an herbalist, social psychologist, and adaptogen specialist. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Nekei. Cannot wait to get started.
Of course. So I received a question actually concerning health in 2021, and I knew you were the perfect person to answer this question, so I decided to bring you on the show today. So what are some ways that, like, if you're on a budget, you can kind of keep a healthy lifestyle?
That's a good question. 2021 has led us to health issues that we haven't really experienced before, and it's actually really beneficial for us and to just do the most basic things, and those are free things that we can do. So deep breathing, like breathing exercises, as 4 deep breaths in and 4 deep breaths out, that helps train your lungs, which is a beneficial thing for our overall health. Obviously, walking, physically going outside and getting fresh air is a big thing that we could do, and it costs nothing.
Really? Walking?
Yes, walking.
Some people, I think we kind of put that behind us, like, okay, should we walk today? Should we not? Because we do a lot of sitting at the computer, exactly. And especially if you're in quarantine and you're just at home, so it's a little hard to do that.
Right, and that's one of the bigger things as well, because fear has set in. You know, everyone is at home because we've been told to stay home. No one's really going to work or going out anywhere to stores. But going outside to walk is very, very beneficial. Gets your blood pumping, gets your heart rate up, and does a lot of things for your lymphatic system.
Amazing. I love it.
I mean, up here in the north, right, it's wintertime and it's cold. But for the warmer climates, I highly suggest going outside, stepping on the grass with no shoes on. It's called grounding. So putting your feet on the dirt is one of the most beneficial things that we can do for our health. And I know that's not really feasible to do when it's freezing outside.
Yeah, but especially out here in the snow sometimes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there is one thing that a lot of people laugh at, but the science behind it is extremely legitimate, and I want to highlight.
Well, wait. I mean, what is it? I'm curious. Like, what could that possibly be?
All right, this is hugging a tree.
What?
I'm talking about going outside, finding a tree, embracing it with your hands. Obviously, your palms are going to be touching the tree trunk, and put your cheek on the tree trunk. That is a form of grounding. You are physically putting your hands on the tree, which you're transferring electrical energy. And you're also balancing your vibration, because trees are harmonious. Being outside is a harmonious act. And when you connect to a tree, it's essentially connecting to the ground. And on top of that, the act of giving a hug increases serotonin. It increases the love hormones that our bodies produce. And since we're not really seeing people or visiting family members or hugging people anymore, the entire process of giving a hug generates that same feeling, which improves our overall well-being and our health.
Wow, that is amazing. So you're saying just hug a tree?
I'm saying go out there and hug a tree. Don't have no shame. Do it for your health.
So if anyone decides to say, like, what are you doing? Or that's my tree, or
you don't hug nobody else's tree. And if you're outside in nature, I mean, look, the trees are for everybody, man.
They're for everyone.
Exactly.
Wow. I mean, I don't even know where to begin, but I feel like I'd have to select a very special tree, and I'd want that tree to be beautiful and big and lots of fur on it. But yeah, that is like amazing. So, you know, as like a social psychologist, you know, what would you also recommend, like, for just, you know, living a healthy lifestyle? Like, let's say, like, look, I only have maybe $100 to spend on groceries this week. Like, what could I possibly maybe eat, you know, to...
Right. I mean, that is going to boil down to fresh, seasonal foods. I mean, it's difficult, especially if you're on a budget, to buy the high organic foods.
Right.
But having fresh foods is better than nothing. Fruits and vegetables that you can cook or eat raw is going to be essential for your emotional health, because it feeds your gut the essential nutrients that it needs.
Right.
And you have bacteria in there that needs these real live foods, not packaged, dead, and preserved foods. So that's something that's really important.
Okay, live packaged fresh foods. Okay, I mean, so like I can go to like Walmart or Whole Foods, or go grab.
At the end of the day, if you want to go to Walmart, if they have fresh foods there, go buy the fresh foods instead of the frozen foods.
Okay.
That's the best. That's the best option for you.
Okay, that's exactly what we need to be doing. I think in 2021 is really focusing on our health, because the way that the economy and everything is going, we want to make sure that our health is our wealth, right? And especially if you're a business owner and you have to be a multitasker and you're out there, you want to be able to be at your best, like especially like what about like the mornings? Do you have like any recommendations? Especially that you're an adaptogen specialist. Like tell us a little bit more about that. Like how can that adapt and help with our healthy lifestyle?
Right. So as an herbalist, I took a specialty in adaptogens, and that term is just a category for a fruit, a root, a leaf, or a mushroom that is an herb that has some qualities that are very special in comparison to the others.
Okay.
And the number one, most importantly, is they reduce stress. So the stress that we are experiencing, either through food, through our emotional state and our environment, pollution, etc. Stress is always the root cause of health issues or chronic health issues. So using adaptogens reduces your stress in a myriad of ways. It also helps your immune system. So they improve the way that your immune cells work. So you can
and just for anyone
issues.
listening who may not know exactly what the word adaptogen is, can you explain what that word means?
Adaptogen. So like the word adapt, it legitimately, these herbs or these botanicals, they adapt to your physical ailments.
Okay.
So if someone was to ask me, what does this do? The first question, the prerequisite question would have to be, what is wrong with you?
Right.
So, and you figure out what's wrong with you, and then you'll use an adaptogen herb in order to try to rectify or bring balance to that dis-ease or dysfunction.
Okay, wow. I mean, I'm really learning a lot. I didn't even know what an adaptogen is, but now I know I have to have some definite herbs to adapt, to give like the best possible quality of life, because, this lifestyle that we have, we want to make sure that we're living it in the best possible way and life, and keeping healthy, because there's so many diseases and ailments, and with everything going on now in the state, like I think with all your recommendations, that should be the best way. So I mean, like, how would you sum it all up for us today, for the healthy lifestyle?
Mindfulness. Be mindful of what you are listening to, what you are watching, and what you are drinking, and what you are eating. So the things that you ingest through your eyes, through your ears, and through your mouth, be sure that it's either going to be of benefit to your health or be of detriment to your health. Try to find the balance. Of course, the most pleasurable things usually don't have the best impact on our health. So make sure that you're mindful and realize that, hey, maybe, having these donuts at midnight may not be the best option for me if I want to sustain or regain some health.
I love my donuts.
But I'm not saying don't, deprive yourself of the joys of life, but be mindful that every action has a consequence. And try to make sure that all your actions are heading towards the trajectory of wellness.
Amazing. So yeah, this is Ask Nekei Radio. You heard it here first with Danny Perrault of Perrault Beverages. And we're going to get into talking a little bit more about the story behind the story in our next segment. So stay tuned. Welcome back. So we are still here with Danny Perrault of Perrault Beverages. And he is the founder And this segment is all about the story behind the story, where you can learn about the founder, how they have solved and created solutions for today's problems. So, Danny, tell us a little bit more about your background so we can kind of dive deep into like who you are.
Okay. My degree is from Rutgers University in sociology and psychology, but I also had a certification from Herbal Academy International Institute of Herbal Sciences. So I used that certification to boost my knowledge on herbalism itself and the problem that I wanted to face. Obviously, I had a huge goal, which is to help humanity. And the biggest way that I thought I could do that was to focus on the most prevalent issues that we're dealing with in our society and figure out ways that we can address it. So chronic health issues in our country is the biggest thing. 70% of the country has a chronic health issue. If it's not obesity, it's diabetes or heart disease or something in between.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I knew that problem was huge, and the way that I wanted to fix it, the way that I felt was most necessary and efficient, is to use herbs called adaptogens because they reduce stress. And all of my knowledge, all of my research, all of my studies has shown that stress is the cornerstone of all dysfunctions. Okay. So if we can address people's stress, we can improve the health in many different ways.
Absolutely. So your business is Pero Beverages, and I know that you've created this to help, address some of those problems. So tell us a little bit more about, the problem that you are solving with your business and kind of like why did you start it?
Well, first off, I seen that I use these herbs all the time. I started to buy different forms of them, and I realized that they didn't taste that great. And in order for someone to get a full benefit of using a plant or a medicine or a personal trainer or anything, they need to be consistent.
Absolutely.
So consistency is key. So I know most of the people that I've given this herb to before I made my alterations to it, they didn't like the taste. So if no one likes...
Taste is necessary.
Yeah, taste is everything.
Taste is everything. Right. We can't have something that doesn't taste good or we're not going to drink it.
It's going to sit right in your medicine cabinet and you're going to forget about it because it was nasty and offensive to your taste buds. But what I decided to do was take something very beneficial and not very good tasting and mix it with juices and other teas and make it become delicious. So now I have something extremely beneficial for your health and extremely delicious. So,
awesome. So the solution for that is this product that you've created.
Right. And
you have definitely hit the market with the ground running, literally.
Yes.
Literally. So what is this product? Tell us a little bit about it.
All right. So with Perot Beverages, we have Movers Elixirs. That is a complete multivitamin with fruit juices, herbal extracts, and teas blended together.
Amazing. And pretty much, so when you started this business, you created, a solution to a problem and to a need. You discovered a need and a niche, right? So how did you create, or how did you get your first sale? Do you remember the steps that you did that you can share with our listeners?
I would say my first sale, because you don't count the sales that come from your family members. Right? You don't count the sales that come from your friends. They're just supporting you because, you know what? Let me stop. Because not all family and friends support businesses. All right? So, but sometimes they will support. But the first customer that I got was from Instagram.
Wow.
Instagram.
Okay. So yeah, I did speak about this last week, actually, about Instagram and having your following and making sure and keeping up with your followers, etc. like that. So basically got your first sale from Instagram, and then it just started growing from there.
Yeah. Well, when you get the first sale from a stranger who actually listens to you and trusts the information that you put out, it gives you momentum to continue to reach out and put necessary information and information that can be of benefit to others. So they'll reach out to you and purchase your product. And that's how it's been. And it's been growing word of mouth because people take it, they drink it, they feel the benefits, they talk about it, they post about it, they share it, and more clients come after that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So with all of that, like, you've been able to, I guess, make these sales as well as start your business. You are a business owner as well as, a person in the community. So you kind of combine like your community aspect of it, your humanitarian aspect of it, and then like created a business that actually suited you, really.
Right. I mean, that's exactly how it played out. I've been in a couple of different business opportunities, but always left them because I didn't feel it was perfect for my life, or some of the morals that I had didn't align with that, so I would not continue. So my goal has always been to help humans as beneficial, especially with their emotional health, as much as I can. And knowing that I have a product that is not only good for your emotional health, but also good for your physical health, it makes me feel that I'm doing my duty on this planet, what I've been sent here to do. And that just so happens to help people, and that also happens to get me paid.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that our listeners really would appreciate like all the information that you've given us. You've really shared some jewels that I think like, tomorrow, like, I think I'm going to wake up and hug a tree. Literally. Why not? Hey, they're there.
You will not regret. I promise you, while you are embracing that tree, you're going to be like, you know what? He was right.
He was right. He was absolutely, absolutely right. Yeah, I mean, this being like the story behind the story, we're always like, I'm always going to be looking for that nugget, like, how did you do it? And if you had to give someone any advice or anything like that about starting their own business, what advice would you give them?
The first advice would be definitely go into a business that suits your moral stance and who you are as a person. Find the alignment of you and the mission, and then build upon the business strategy with a team or an expert in something that you have a lack of, and you rely on your heart and experts that you trust, and just build and hit the ground running. Don't hesitate, just do it. Make mistakes, learn from them, grow from them, and improve.
Okay, and if our listeners want to reach out to you or to, buy the products, where can they go?
They can go to my Instagram page at The People's Herbalist. You can reach out to me there. You can go to my website, which is www.parrotbeverages.com, which is parrot with 2 T's, beverages.com. You can continue to reach me there. PARROTT beverages.com is how you spell it. You can send me a request actually at the bottom of the homepage. If you would like a custom elixir, there's a questionnaire that you fill out, and I will respond and give you some suggestions on what I think would be best for your health goals. And yeah, we can work together, because I am a service and I provide a product as well.
Absolutely. That is so amazing. And actually, I always love to wrap up everything with an amazing quote. I thank you so much, Danny, for coming on the show. This is amazing. So today's quote of the week, motivation, would be: being an entrepreneur is being willing to do a job that nobody else wants to do, to be able to live the rest of your life doing whatever you want to do.
Boom.
Yes. So, I think wrapping up with that, you definitely embody that, because you're doing a job that maybe some other people won't want to do, like figuring out herbs and spices and what to mix and whatever is. But, you're pretty good at that, and you've been able to do that. So thank you again so much for listening, everyone, because, you know, I've got the questions, you've got questions, I've got answers. We are here to, like, make it happen. So thank you for listening to Ask Nekei Radio, where we chat about business and money motivations while learning the story behind the story. And see you next week. We will have some amazing more guests that'll be able to talk and give you insights into your life. Thank you and have a great week.